Hey guys, this is numbers 21, 22, and 23 from 5-6B. Just in case you're having trouble figuring out how to do these, I just wanted to walk you through a few. So number 21, they tell you that you have the point 1, negative 2, and that we want to be perpendicular to y equals 5x plus 4. And we want to put it in slope-intercept form. So we have a slope here, but we want to be perpendicular to that. So remember, you need the opposite reciprocal. So the perpendicular slope, instead of 5, we're going to take the opposite, so that's a negative, and then we're going to flip it over. So 5 over 1 would be 1 over 5. So we're using this as our slope, we're using this as our x, and this as our y. And if we're going to put it into y equals mx plus b, then it's going to be negative 2 equals negative 1/5 times 1 plus b. So we're going to simplify that. We get negative 2 equals negative 1/5 plus b. So we're going to add 1/5. Add 1/5. Negative 2 plus 1/5. Basically what we're saying is, well, we're going to add 1/5 to it, but if you think of it as subtraction, because it's a negative plus a positive, what was negative 2 is now going to be a negative 1 4/5. So that's your b, okay, that's your y-intercept. So we can write that as y equals the slope, where'd my perpendicular slope go? Right here, negative 1/5 times x plus a negative, so really minus 1 4/5. Or maybe you call that 9/5, that would be fine too. But that would be your equation. Okay, then number 22, we have the point negative 3, 2, and then our equation is x minus 2y equals 7. We want to put that into slope-intercept form so we can figure out what our slope is. So to do that, we're going to subtract x from both sides. So you get a negative 2y equals a negative x plus 7. And then we're going to divide by negative 2 everywhere. Okay, so this would be y equals this right here, a negative, this is like a negative 1. So negative 1 over negative 2 would be a positive 1/2. Times x, and then this is going to be a negative, so minus 7/2. All that just to figure out what the slope is. So right now the slope of the line is 1/2. We want to be perpendicular to that. So the perpendicular slope would be the opposite reciprocal of 1/2. So flip it over, it would be 2. Right now it's positive, so make it negative. So this is my perpendicular slope. This is my x, this is my y. Okay, we're going to plug that into slope-intercept form to find our b. So y equals m, negative 2, times x, negative 3, plus b. So this is 2 equals 6 plus b, and we're going to take away the 6. So 2 minus 6 is negative 4. Okay, so that's our b. So now we have our slope and our y-intercept, so it's going to be y equals the slope times x minus 4. And that would be your equation for number 22. Last one. This is number 23. And on number 23, they give us the point 5, 0. And the equation y plus 1 equals 2 times x minus 3. The beauty of this one is we see the slope. So the perpendicular slope, if my slope right now is 2, perpendicular to that would be a negative 1/2. So we're going to use that, and we're going to use the x, and we're going to use the y. So it's y, or 0, equals m, negative 1/2, times x, which is 5, plus b. So if we simplify that, 0 equals negative 1/2 times 5. If you want to make that a decimal, you totally can. That would be a negative 2.5, or a negative 5/2, plus b. And then we're just going to add that to both sides to get it away from our b. So that's 2.5 equals b. Okay, and now we're going to plug it in with the slope and the y-intercept. So y equals negative 1/2 times x plus, and then you may say 2.5 or 2.5. Either way is acceptable for me. Okay, so just a few from 5-6. Again, if there was things that I went too fast on, just rewind and pause and listen to those parts again and make sure you got it. Have a good day.